All right. Hello, hello, hello. Let me just get my astrology up and going here. What I wanted. Here we go. It's the 21st. Okie dokie. So I can see. The moon spends the day in creative, assertive Leo. Mars and Jupiter form a quintile today, stirring our motivation to produce, act, grow, and improve. We're ready to make our own luck. We are resourceful and can find much to look forward to under this influence. However, Jupiter and Saturn form a semi-square, and although we may want to expand, we can confront obstacles or a reality check. Some restructuring of our lives and our business goals is in order. There is no easy fix just now. We need to keep working hard and make good progress. Even if there are fits and starts, it's better to breathe new life into old plans than strike out with a new mission altogether. We should watch for overextension, which can lead to frustration. Our social and personal goals may clash at this time, requiring some adjustments. This is the second of 3 Jupiter-Saturn semi-square transits, with the other 2 perfections on July 21st, 2022 and March 21st, 2023. So that is our daily transits. See if I can get myself into the mode here. All right, Schumann looks pretty calm today. No huge spikes yet. Let's check out the shoulder flares. A number of C-type flares and 1 M flare during the past 24 hours. That was yesterday, so we are smooth sailing so far. All right, let's get started on our inspired messages. Okay, the power of persistence. Most people confuse wishing and wanting with pursuing. I'm just going to try to turn that down a little bit. I'm very white. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't turn my video off. Okay. When your want is weak, you'll quit at the first obstacle. And this is why we want to go over this, because we are trying to grow and shift into energetic space that is going to get us the goals that we want to achieve. So how can we do that is the question that we ask here. Persistence is an essential factor in the procedure of transmuting desire into its monetary equivalent. So we want to be making money, doing what we love and what our goals are. The basis of persistence is the power of will. Willpower and desire, when properly combined, make an irresistible pair. The majority of people are ready to throw their aims and purposes overboard and give up at the first sign of opposition. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in mind. Weak desire brings weak results. So you got to ask yourself, have I been going about this with my desire not being nurtured enough? Have I strengthened it enough to carry me through everything, to give me persistence. Whatever you conceive and believe through persistence, you must achieve. I'll say that again. Whatever you conceive and believe through persistence, you must achieve. Decide right now to be one of those people who make it happen, to be one of the group who receives the prize. Make persistence your most well-developed habit. Persistence cannot be replaced by any other quality. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful people with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, "Press on," has solved and always will solve the problems of the world. The people who never tackle the mountains, who perpetually wander in the foothills most of their lives, have, in my opinion, lied to themselves and everyone else who would listen so often and for so long that they no longer are even aware that they are missing out. Don't quit before the miracle. It's so funny. I was doing this PowerPoint and this song literally came on and I was like, could your timing be any better? You just can't make this stuff up. All right. Very few people have admitted to themselves that this is what I want. This is what I really want, and I'm prepared to give my life for it. So part of making goals is understanding how to make them. Making one that's strong enough to motivate you, one that's strong enough to devote you to the cause. You know, we learned in school to set goals in this way that's just kind of wishy-washy, and that's why a lot of us we're not always, you know, predestined to operate this way. We have to teach ourselves, and this is why I want to spread this message is I didn't operate this way. I didn't know. I was always giving up just a little bit too soon. I didn't know that I needed to have a drive towards what it is that I wanted to achieve. You've got to have a burning desire for things to manifest. You have to want that thing so badly. It's like how your lungs burn for air when they are without it. You have got to have a burning desire for things to manifest. You have to want that thing so badly. It's like your lungs burn for air when they are without it. And let that sink in. This is the type of goals that we're setting in this space. This is where we're going to really truly manifest what our soul is crying for us to achieve. In this energetic space that you will find the will to keep going. This is where you will find that will. This is where you'll find that drive. What are you doing? What are you trading for your life? Are you making a fair trade? Remember, whatever you're doing was your decision, or was it? You could possibly be one of those unfortunate people who have been trying to manifest their desires, but leaving all the decisions of where you are going and what you are doing with this life to other people. If you are not making decisions, if you are not the one steering the boat, then other people are deciding where you are going. When you don't want your desire bad enough, you will trade your life for it. You are left in a space to ask why. Why did this happen when things don't unfold magically? Remember, there is this void you will be in before the big shift happens. And if you are not solid in what it is that is driving you through this chaos and discomfort of change and growth, you leave yourself vulnerable to lose focus. Persistent people never know why they want. They only know that they only know that they want and they must have it. They must do, and to do, they must be. They want it so much that they keep imagining it until they become the living, breathing embodiment of whatever the want represents. For those are the steps which must be followed for the creative process to work in our life. Persistence is the state of mind, therefore it can be cultivated. Like all states of mind, persistence is based upon definite cause, among them these. So here is what persistence can be defined. Definite of purpose. Knowing what one wants is the first and perhaps the most important step towards the development of persistence. A strong motive forces one to surmount many difficulties. So if you are writing things down, this is one that you are going to want to write down, is the definitions of how persistence can be defined. So persistence is a state of mind, therefore it can be cultivated. Like all states of mind, persistence is based upon definite causes, among them these. Desire. It is comparatively easy to acquire and to maintain persistence in pursuing the object of intense desire. Self-reliance. Belief in one's ability to carry out a plan encourages one to follow the plan through with persistence. Definiteness of plans. Organized plans, even though they may be weak and entirely impractical, encourage persistence. Accurate knowledge, knowing that one's plans are sound based upon experience or observation, encourages persistence. Guessing instead of knowing destroys persistence. Cooperation, sympathy, understanding, and harmonious cooperation with others tend to develop persistence. Willpower. Willpower, the habit of concentrating one's thoughts upon the building of plans for the attainment of the definite purpose, leads to persistence. And habit. Persistence is a direct result of habit. The mind absorbs and becomes part of the daily exercises upon what it feeds. Fear, the worst of all enemies, can be effectively cured by forced repetition of acts of courage, acting courageously as if until it becomes you. So symptoms of lack of persistence. Ask yourself if any of these are you. Failure to recognize and to clearly define exactly what one wants. Procrastination with or without cause, usually backed up with a formidable array of alibis and excuses. Lack of interest in acquiring specialized knowledge. Indecision, the habit of passing the buck on all occasions instead of facing issues squarely. The habit of relying upon abilities instead of creating definite plans for the solution of problems. Self-satisfaction, there is but little remedy for this. Indifference, usually reflected in one's readiness to compromise on all occasions rather than meet opposition and fight. The habit of blaming others for one's mistakes and accepting unfavorable circumstances as being unavoidable. Weakness of desire due to neglect in the choice of motives that impel action. Willingness, even eagerness to quit at the first sign of defeat. Lack of organized plans, placed in writing where they can be analyzed. The habit of neglecting to move on the ideas or grasp opportunity when it presents itself. Wishing instead of willing. The habit of compromising with poverty instead of aiming at riches. General absence of ambition to be, to do, and to own. Searching for all of the shortcuts, trying to get without giving a fair equivalent. It's supposed to be giving. Usually reflected in the habit of gambling. Fear of criticism. Failure to create plans to put them into actions because of what other people will think, do, or say. This enemy belongs at the head of the list because it generally exists in one's subconscious mind where its presence is not recognized. Blessed is the man who has come to know that our muted thoughts are our sweetest thoughts. Blessed is the man who from the blackest depths can see luminous figure of love and singing say, sweeter far than uttered lays are the thoughts I have for you. Take a fearless inventory of the ways in which you are allowing lack of persistence to thrive. Sit with that list and be honest where you are blocking your life. For in this honesty, you can see a definite plan of action on which areas of life to begin to work on. Manifestation is not just a magical cloud that floats down and blesses us with all we desire with little to no effort and nothing in return. Manifestation comes to those who actively employ these things in their life, persistence being one of those attributes. The void you end up before your wish is fulfilled can be scary, awkward, and even chaotic, as everything that no longer serves you falls away. Persistence will be what carries you through these times to the other side. So if you do anything for yourself, it's to start cultivating the habit of persistence. Go through these inspired messages and listen to them more than once, because one time is not enough to reach our subconscious mind. One time is not enough to consciously, on a deep level, understand what the meaning is behind these inspired messages. Sit with yourself and go through what the list of what sabotaging persistence is. Be honest with yourself and write it down and start making conscious effort to stop doing those things and move towards things, and understand that it's all right to feel scared. It's all right to feel awkward and uncomfortable. It's part of the process. If you ask anybody about manifestation, they will tell you that they were terrified when they made a big leap. So keep going. We have some amazing things coming up. Tomorrow is about decision. That was my original video that was completely muted. I'm going to go through it again and talk about the reason why making powerful decisions, definite decisions, instead of wishy-washy ones, are so important to making big strides towards your goal. So we're starting to get a bit of a momentum going here in creating the picture of what it is to manifest. You know, early on, I thought that it was just about thinking it in your mind and that was that. It is. I'm not saying that it isn't, but I didn't know all of these, side things. So my hope and my purpose is to show you the things that I wish that I had learned early on. And as I continue to grow and I continue to learn, I will continue to share my knowledge. So this is where I wish somebody had talked about persistence. I'm a very resilient person, and yes, I'm very headstrong, and it's carried me a long way in my life. But if I had known persistence, if I had known to focus on my goals, if I knew to have strong goals, if I knew to wish and to desire and to nurture that, if I knew to quit trying harder, all of these things I wish I had known, 7 to 10 years ago. My life would be completely different. And there's no regrets because I learned a lot of lessons along the way. And now I have some amazing information to pass down to people that are ready, willing, and able to start taking this information and implementing it into their life, because those are the people that I am meant to help. Is those of you that have this burning desire inside of you, and you feel this, you've been asking the universe through your thoughts to help you understand the pieces of the puzzle that you are missing. So that's what I'm here to do. And if you decide that you would like to, strengthen your spiritual gifts, if you would like to find your purpose, if you would like help energetically, I can help you with my coaching programs. If you would like to help reprogramming your subconscious mind and go at it in a deep and powerful way, getting those deep core wounds out of the way with reprogramming and healing on a deep, deep level so that it's no longer a problem and it's permanent solution, I definitely can help you. All you have to do is reach out or book a session from my website, www.mindbodysoulhealings.ca. So I love you, and I will see you tomorrow for decision inspired messages.